What it do is show Beezy the Shoboat. And look, hip hop fans, we are back. We are so back, you feel me? So Drake's Give Me 50 diss song to the rap game Avengers that were assembled by Future and Metro Boomin broke the internet. And since he's in this 20 versus 1 battle alone, he posted the iconic picture of Uma Thurman in Kill Bill going 20 versus 1. Apparently, Uma Thurman saw this and she responded by posting her Kill Bill costume and asked if he needed it. Drake says yes and added that his pen is his sword. Then guess who chimed in? Rick Ross, bruh, asking if she thinks it can fit him and to let him know ASAP as soon as possible. Now, if you're wondering how we got here to this unexpected turn, it's because after Drake's rough version of Give Me 50 leaked, all of the rappers that caught shots on there, Rick Ross was the first to respond.
Hey, man.
He posted a video of himself in the studio laughing, and not only did he respond with his diss song Champagne Moments, he put it out 4 hours after Drake's. Now, I don't care whose side you're on, who you're rooting for, if you're a fan of hip hop, the sport of it, the competitiveness, you have to be impressed by Ross's turnaround time. Now, we know Drake called out Ross by name and poked at him about his correctional officer past, his beef with 50 Cent, and his age. But let's keep it real. Ross being 48 and jumping in the booth this fast, still being this hungry and willing to compete, you have to appreciate that, bruh. J. Cole could learn a thing or two from Ross, you feel me? And this also goes to show you why Ross is where he's at right now, business-wise and financially. He still got that dog in him, you feel me? Now, the song itself is a lot to unpack because he didn't hold back. He answered the biggest question, which was, why is Ross involved in this beef? He was one of the first names mentioned that unfollowed Drake on Instagram, right? Ross says that he unfollowed him because Drake sent a cease and desist to French Montana. More than likely, this was to block French from putting out a song he had with a Drake feature on it. So this is Ross showing his loyalty to French and stepping away from Drake for other flawed things that he's seen him do. Now, I won't get into all of the disses, but the gist is that Ross claims the streets only rocked with Drake because of his relationships with Ross, Lil Wayne, Birdman, and Jay Prince. That Drake has always been an outsider looking into street culture. Compares him to a white boy and says that he's gotten cosmetic surgery. One of the hardest lines on this song to me though is when Ross says, niggas leaking their records when we speaking directly. If we keeping it gangster, when you see me, just check me. Ooh. Now keep in mind, Ross is the second most battle-tested rapper in this civil war, if you will. He's the only rapper that comes to mind that 50 Cent caught an L from. Part of the reason why they're still beefing and throwing petty jabs at each other to this day, because 50 ain't letting it go, you feel me? Now, Ross didn't only release his Champagne Moments diss song to Drake. You gotta remember, Ross is petty and damn near comedian on social media. So he also had a show later that night, and you can see him wearing a hoodie with Drake's face on it while he's performing his songs, his classic songs, and his classic songs that he has with Drake on them. Just petty, you feel me? Now, Ross continued to push the line on Drake having cosmetic surgery to sculpt his abs and a nose job, calling him BBL Drizzy, to the point that Drake's mom had to text Drake, aka Aubrey, about it. And Drake shared the text. She said, Aubs, the internet is saying you got a nose job. You look the same to me in the kitchen today. I can't believe you would go and get one without me, LOL. You know I always wanted one. Don't tell me that you got tattoos without me, and now this too? Then you see Drake's response saying, LOL, I would have got us a 2-for-1 deal if I went, ma. It's coming from Rick Ross, the guy I did songs with. He's gone loopy off the Manjaro. He hasn't eaten in days, and it's turned him angry and racist. He's performing at proms for money. It's bad. Don't worry, we'll handle it. Then he calls Ross a nosy goof. 50 Cent then jumps in and gives his 2 cents saying, Manjaro makes you hungry and racist. We don't need this shit. Take it off the market. LOL. So, you know, this is kind of like a playful beef type of thing right now. You feel what I'm saying? Now, you might be asking yourself, what the hell is Mounjaro? Mounjaro is a drug used to treat diabetes and for weight loss. Where did Drake get this from? Ironically, a couple of days prior to this, Ross made a video of himself working out saying that he was training to climb Mount Kilimanjaro, the tallest mountain in Africa.
Question, you ever put the 40-pound weight on before you went outside and got your cardio in? Let's go, homie. Load me up. Load me up. I need more weight. I need more weight. Oh my God. Nigga. 40 pounds ain't the same 40 pounds used to be. Look, so the plan is to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. And after carrying this 40-pound weight on my back, I'm gonna pay somebody to carry my backpack. And I'm sure I got some brothers over there in Africa that's ready for me. And that's what we gonna do. And it's the challenge that's driving me. It's the challenge of pushing myself. I was the fat nigga, man, my whole life. I want to push myself to the greatest heights. You dig?
Then Ross responds back to Drake's text convo.
Oh, it's such a beautiful day. Me waking up from a nap, I just realized BBL Drizzy called his mommy on me. He shared their text messages between each other. Cupcake Drake, tell your mama you stayed out past your curfew, white boy. You wanted to hang at the park with the niggas, smoke weed with the niggas while we washed our old school Chevys. White boy, you got a Chevy, white boy? I doubt it. But anyway, big nose. Big nose. Boy, you had 25% body fat with a carved out 6-piece. Stop. We know what time it is. That shit costs 40 bands. Stop. But tell your mama, well, in Miami, we say old girl. Tell your old girl she a beautiful lady. I told you that before, and I meant that. But you tell your mama, white boy, you stayed out at the park too late, and you can't call her when you get in this shit. This shit too deep to call your mama. Back to the luxuries of life. I might write a song today called Who Knows? Who knows? One thing about, I'm gonna say this. You niggas with them BBLs, you niggas, I'm speaking specifically to you niggas with BBLs. If you got a fake body, you got a fake mind, nigga. Leave that shit to them cute bitches walking around in YSL heels. Not you bitch niggas in OVO, the pastrami posse.
Now, like I said earlier, Ross is petty. So Baby, or Birdman, seeing all the shenanigans going on, made a post showing support for Drake, saying, "I'm riding with you for life. I got your back, Playboy. Surprise party." If you know, surprise party is a coded threat towards Rick Ross. Ross, who already has bad blood with Birdman from when he wasn't giving Lil Wayne the money he owed him, and Wayne had to sue Birdman, Ross stood with Wayne. Wayne got his money eventually from Universal, so him and Birdman got back cool, but Birdman and Ross never squashed their beef. This is important to know, because this is identical to what's happening right now with Ross standing with French Montana against Drake. French hasn't badmouthed Drake publicly, so they'll probably get back cool eventually, and Ross will be the odd man out again because he didn't learn his lesson from before. So back to the surprise party. Ross didn't appreciate the threat from Birdman, so he responded back to Birdman saying, "Do it for Miss Gladys. Invite me to the pussy party." Do it for Miss Gladys is a saying that Birdman says, often referring to his deceased mother being his motivation. So yeah, that was kind of a low blow by Ross, and he kept going. Ross recently bought a $35 million mansion on Miami's exclusive Star Island in 2023. Like, his neighbors are Shaq, J-Lo, and P. Diddy. Birdman bought a house on Star Island back in 2015. Then in 2017, when Birdman and Ross were beefing, Ross was the first to spill the tea that Birdman's Star Island home was in foreclosure and called him broke. So now, Ross made this video to remind Birdman.
Hey, that's what Birdman house was at, right over there. Stunner. That's where your house was at right there. The little island over there.
I know, man. This went real left real fast. So yeah, this Rick Ross and Drake beef went from rap beef on wax to some potentially gangster shit once Birdman got involved, and he kind of took it there. You feel me? And Ross is not a punk, so he matched his energy. Now, hopefully, one of them will stand down so we can just keep this as entertainment for the fans and not something violent in the street. You feel me? But let me know what you guys think in the comments about this Officer Ricky versus BBL Drizzy beef in the comments. Like this video, subscribe to the channel. Show Beezy. I'm out.